All right, so let's continue. We had a problem in our, I think it was a room store, right? Room store, yes. So we have this room store here. And we have our filter and our update because we are, each time we're going to insert a room, we are also going to update the hotel, right? Because each room will have an hotel ID. And what we're going to do is basically update the hotel with the room ID, right? So how are we going to do that? Well, we have a room store here, a Mongo room store. And what we could do, right, it's perfectly fine, that this room store, this interface, this Mongo room store here is going to have a dependency. It's going to have a dependency. And in this case, the dependency is going to be a hotel store, right? And the cool stuff is, guys, with this composability is that this hotel store is also an interface, right? It's an interface. We could basically put anything that implements the hotel store interface into this room store, which is this structure, right? Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of refactoring here because you can see that we have this DB name string here, and we don't need this anymore because we have this concept of this global variable for our DB name, right? Actually, that's not true because for our tests, we're going to be fucked, to be honest. I have a better idea for that. So for now, we're going to do this DB name. We're going to actually start using environment variables, right? That's probably for the next episode, so we can set our config up in a clean way, right? Because our test is also, it's because of our user handler test that we added this DB. But I think having this, we could basically do that by an environment variable, and if we are testing, we could easily set that the environment into a testing mode, and it will grab the testing database, right? All right, so basically, this Mongo room store is basically, it has a dependency, right? So now we're going to inject that dependency. So we're going to say that the hotel store here is going to be a hotel store, right? Easy peasy. And then we're going to say here that the hotel store is going to be the hotel store, just like that, right? So now we have actually access to this thing. Let's go to the bottom here, center the screen. So we have our filter and our update. So now we could basically say we could say if r is going to be s.hotelstore.update the context, right? We're going to pass in the context, we're going to pass in the filter, we're going to pass in the update, and then we are going to check the error. If the error is not null, we are basically going to return no room, nil, but this error. That's what we're gonna do. Yes. Let's basically. One more thing that's not gonna work is with this new Mongo store is gonna give us some trouble. Let's go to main, I think. Seed. It's seed probably. Yeah, here. So this room store takes in this hotel store right now, right? So we're going to make the hotel store, and then we're going to make the room store. So the problem is this hotel store also takes this DB name. We're going to delete that, and we're going to hotel store, and we're going to quickly change that up here. So we're going to say delete this, and then we are going to say that this DB name is going to be this global variable. And then we're going to say make seed here, make seed, boom. And we're going to have an error here, right? And this error is basically the field rooms must be an array, but it's null. And that makes a lot of sense because if we check our seed, you see, we make a hotel here, but we don't initialize this room array. So we could say rooms is going to be a slice of primitive object ID, and we just initialize this to something empty. And if we make seed right now, it should basically work. So you see, now we have seeded the whole shebang. Let me open up my DB here. I cannot refresh this shenanigans. Actually, we can. disconnect. I need to connect and reconnect all the time. It's annoying, but it is what it is. So yeah, so basically here, let me open up my hotels. I have basically 3 hotels for some reason. I don't know why. This one is what we need, right? You can see we have Belusia France, the location, and we have these 3 room IDs. And if you go to rooms here, we have too many rooms. I don't know what's going on. Let me make seat should actually delete everything, right? So I'm not quite sure what's going on. Make seat here, boom, like this. I don't understand why this is not working like intended. Hotels and rooms, yeah. Let's delete this real quick, actually, to be honest. Hotel, reservation. We're gonna drop this thing. Let's make seat once again. Boom. And let's see what's going on. Of course, now I need to disconnect this thing. Or connect. Disconnect. Connect once again. Open up the hotel reservation. So now we have 1 hotel and 3 documents. So that's a little bit nasty, because if I do make seat, I think we have a little problem here. Boom. What's going to happen is that if I refresh this one, now we have 2 Belusia Frances. That's a problem. Why is that? So let me quickly check the seat. Did we... We are not resetting this. I thought we already did that, but it's not true. So let's do this real quick. What we could do is basically we're going to say client database db name collect. We're going to drop it like this. Drop it like it's hot. You know what I mean? Just like that. We're going to make an error maybe like that. Error is not null. We're just going to say a log fatal out here. And I was pretty convinced that we already did this. But probably I was wrong. Make seats, once again, boom. And actually, now we have 1, right? You see, now we have 1 France here. 1 Belusia hotel with 3 rooms. Make seat once again, all fine. Refresh, it's fine. And 3 rooms here, yeah. And then if you check the rooms in the hotel, we have 3 beautiful bad boys sitting in the array. All right, so... that's the thing. What could we do the next thing? Yes, so basically, now that we have these rooms set up, the seat set up, maybe we should actually make it a little bit better. And I'm thinking... I'm thinking... Let's, because this is like a nasty, big ass main function, right? So these are the rooms. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna make a helper function. Func seat hotel. Maybe errors. We're gonna give it, what does it need? It needs basically an hotel store. Is it DB? Yeah, it is. It's going to be a DB hotel store here. It needs a user store. No, not a user store. It needs a room store. That's going to be a db.room store. Yep. And what we're going to do is, this is all. We also need a client. We don't need a context, to be honest, but we can fix that. These are these 2 bad boys. This is the hotel. Yes. Actually, what we could do is actually make it global, to be honest, because I'm thinking. Like I said, sometimes we need to do it on the fly here. And the reason why globals are making sense here, because otherwise you need to overpopulate your functions with variables. It's just a simple script. So what we could do is basically this. We're going to make some couple of variables. I'm going to say client. And the client is going to be a pointer to a mongo.client. You could say that the room store, it's It's gonna be so much better. It's going to be a db.room store. Copy this. Hotel store. It's going to be a db hotel store. Just like that, right? And do we need something else? Maybe a context, to be honest. It's going to be context.background, just like that. So we have all these things set up. And then in main, we could actually make a function init, to be honest. At the bottom here, a func init, which is going to init the whole shebang. All right, just like that. We're going back to main. We're going to copy these things, I guess. Copy that. Go to the bottom. Center this stuff. We're going to say client R, to be honest. We could make an error here. var r error. Then this is going to be the client. This can be an error, that's pretty fine. DB name drop ctx, all good. Hotel store and room store is these guys, and that should be basically done. So now what we could do is delete this. We don't need this. Let's delete all these things. This, and this can be gone. We're gonna see hotel here, so we're gonna make these things. Copy that up, paste that in. Hotel rooms is this one. That's perfectly fine. We don't need this here, so we're going to delete everything here. We're going to say the name of the hotel is going to be a string, and the location of the hotel location is going to be a string also. So we're going to say that it's going to be a name, a location. Help me. And then, yeah, we could make it the same rooms all the time, because it doesn't actually really matter. If you guys want to have some other rooms, you can do that. But it's just like, I just want to have different hotels with some rooms inside of it, so we can use that, right? It doesn't actually really matter if we, you know what I mean? Is that, and then we need to, what do we do here? Insert hotel. So we're going to delete this stuff here. Boom, 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 and then we're gonna copy this whole shebang, delete this, and we are going to paste that below this bad boy here. Log fatal out, it's all fine. Inserted room, fatal, fatal, fatal. We don't need this. Return null probably. To be honest, why is this even an error? It's a script file. You could fatal out, why not? Look at this, inserted room declared but not used, no problem. Mock that up, muck that out, I mean. And then we could do in main, actually, to be honest, the only thing we need to do is seed hotel. And we're going to call this the Balusia. Not quite sure if that's really an hotel. Maybe double L or something. Balusia. And that's going to be in France. Just like that. Copy this. Maybe we're going to make another one. It's going to be the Cozy Hotel. The Cozy Hotel. And that's basically, that should be in the Netherlands, to be honest. The Cozy Hotel is always in the Netherlands. Then we're going to say, don't get robbed. No, it's not true. Basically, don't die in your sleep. And that's basically, I don't know, maybe that's in England, in London. Let's make it in London, because something like that. Not quite sure it's gonna work. Make seed to see what's going on here. Let's open up our MongoDB shenanigans. Of course, it's not gonna work. So actually, to be honest, maybe it is. Oh yeah, so we have 3 hotels here. We have the Balusia, the Cozy Hotel in the Netherlands, and Don't Die in Your Sleep in London. And they all have these 3 hotels in here. Perfectly fine, if you ask me. That's nice. So the next thing what we could do basically is we could also seed in our users, right? You could also seed in a couple of users, but that's maybe for later on if you do your authentication with GWT. Let's do one more thing. One more thing, and that's basically we have a handler. Let's make a handler. Let's make some stuff. So we are going to go to API. We have user handler test. We're going to make a new handler, and that's going to be my keyboard. Sometimes it sticks. It's crazy. That's going to be, let's call this the hotel handler.go. I think that's a good idea. Hotelhandler.go. I was thinking, because you need to understand, we are making an API for a front end, basically. That's what you need to think. Of course, we're not going to build the front end, but you need to think about that. Your job is to make an API a front end will use. So we need to think about how is booking a hotel going to work inside of the front end? Well, basically, I imagine myself, a user logging in, and he's going to browse hotels. That's the first thing he's going to do. So we need to have an hotel API endpoint where he can browse different hotels from different locations, right? And if he clicks on an hotel, he's going to see some rooms. That's a possibility. Or what we also could do is make a room the central actor, the central domain of the application, where there are a lot of rooms with different price labels on it, and each of the rooms belonging to an hotel, because by the end of the day, you don't really care about the hotel itself. Maybe you're more likely to care about a room which has an hotel with some stars rating. Actually, to be honest, we need to have some star rating. We forgot that. So, not quite sure how a good front end should look like, but I think if we already start with listing some hotels and the rooms inside of it, we are going to get a far way. So basically, it's going to be the handler, right? So what we also could do is open up our user handler to see how we did this. Right, so what we're going to do here is type, we're going to call this hotel handler. It's going to be a structure, and this hotel handler will have some dependencies here, right? So what does a hotel handler need? Do we need a room? I think it is. So we are going to say that it's depending on a room store. And that's db.roomstore. And it's also depending on a hotel store, which is going to be a db.hotelstore, right? So if we want to make a new hotel handler, we are going to say the HS is going to be the db.hotelstore, and the rs is going to be the db.roomstore, and we're going to return a pointer to this hotel handler, and we're going to return this a pointer to this hotel handler, and we're going to say that the hotel store is the HS, and we're going to copy this, and the room store is going to be the RS. Oh, the RS. Yes, that's it. The next thing we're going to do first, the first API that I'm interested in is basically is going to be handler, hotel handler. That's going to be, the function name is going to be a list. The question is, I want to make things consistent, and I'm not quite sure how we did this with user handler, because I'm thinking that we are params validation and all that stuff. New user from param, this is basically, it's not a user handler. This was a user handler. Put user handle, yeah, okay, cool. So we're going to say handle get how did we call this? Handle get users probably, right? Put user. Man, let's open up main. Handle get users, handle get users. Yeah, that's exactly what we did. So we're going to say handle get hotels. Damn, man. It's going to be C, which is going to be a fiber.ctx. Normally you would call this ctx, right? But I'm calling this C because we are using context a lot, which is also ctx. So you need to, make some compromises, right? And it's going to return an error. So the way we're going to do this is basically list all these hotels. So we're going to go to our user handler real quick to see get users, this one. Yes. Oh yeah, it's the user store. I see what's going on. Right? Yeah, I see what we did. We don't have that. So we're going to open up. Let's first return nil here. The first thing we're going to do is open up our hotel handler, store by the way. And we are going to implement, we have insert hotel, we have update. The question rather is, Maybe we're going to keep it consistent like this, which basically is going to probably cause some issues in seed, I guess. Let's make seed to C to directly spot the error. Yes, it is at 41 probably. This one. So we're going to say hotel store.insert hotel. Yeah. Should we make it explicit? Because it could be that hotel store is also going to say insert room, for example. That could be a possibility, right? And that's something we need to think about. Insert itself. We will see. Insert is fine. Insert is fine. It's all good. It's all good. Don't think about this too much. We're going to see it if it's going to cause us some issues or if it's going to, how do you say it, confuse ourselves later on. Then we're going to change it up for sure, right? I think we were, what are we doing? We were in these handlers, probably the hotel handler, right? No, we need to be in the hotel store because we're going to implement a new function. We have insert update and now we are going to say get or list. How did we do that? It's so confusing. Get users. Get user by ID. Yeah, okay, cool. Get. I'm gonna be, actually, to be honest, I'm gonna make this get hotels, to be honest. Because otherwise it's going to get too confusing. So get hotels, it's fine. We're gonna be context.context. We could return a filter if we really want. Actually, to be honest, let's do that. Bson M. That's going to be our filter object. And we're going to return a slice of types.hotel. And what's going on? And an error. That's what's going on here. Now we're going to implement that function. So we're going to copy this thing, paste that in, hop, hop, hop. And we're going to say get hotels. And we're going to say a filter here, that's fine. This update we don't need. I see all these new little flies are back in the home. I'm not quite sure. I'm just moved into this place and they're already little flies. These little fruit flies. It's so annoying. They're so small and it's crazy. So context filter Bson, fine. So we are going to say something like response R is going to be as collection.find. Like this, the CTX and probably a filter inside of this thing. If R is not null, we are going to return. This is wrong actually, to be honest. This needs to be a slice of types.hotel. Just like this. And we're going to return null here and an R. Response, what do we have here? Actually, do we need to decode? Probably we do. No, that's in our handler, right? But we are in our store. We need to decode, right? What's this response? It's going to be response all. Yeah, that was the thing. So we're going to say var hotels, which is going to be a slice of pointer hotel types.hotel. And then we're going to say if R is going to be, let's zoom in the center here. If R is going to be response.all and hotel. Whoa, do you see that? Cheats. And the error is not null. We are going to return. Actually, you could return, fine, null. That's null add, right? Not enough arguments, of course, because we need the CTX. Is that true? What's going on? Yes, and then once that is succeeded, then we can return the hotels and null. If that makes sense. Get hotels, yada, 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 should be fine. So now in hotel handler, we could do something like this. Of course, we're not going to implement a filter yet, because you could do a get query, make a map of that get query and use that query as a Bson M, put it into the filter. Let's first make it simple and let's get just all the hotels on our screen. So what we're going to do is, and let me quickly think. Get hotels. Hotels is going to be handler, hotel store, get hotels. Fiber as a context, so we could do get hotels here. A query, we could do null here. Just like that. If the error is not null, we could return the error. Just like that. On the other hand, we could basically return here, I think it's going to be a CJSON angle, which is hotels right here. Man, what's going on? Is this caps that's already spinning up? Yeah, it's this caps. It's fine. Yeah, I think we're good. To be honest, do we have a hotel thingy? Not quite sure. Route, I mean. So we're going to make one. We could say this is going to be the user handlers. Let's make here hotel handlers, which is going to be an API v1.get. It's going to be a /hotel. Boom. And we need to make an hotel handler. Is here. Hotel handler is going to be API.new hotel handler, which is going to take in, I have no clue, let me see, a hotel store and a room store. So we go back to main. So we're going to say a hotel store. Where are our stores? Let's make them here. Hotel store. What do we need? A client. Fine. We also need a room store, which is going to be a Mongo room store. Room store. Client. That needs a hotel store, so it's fine. Boom. Cannot use hotel store variable type hotel. Client hotel store. Yeah. What's going on? Client hotel store. We probably miss an interface thingy. It's fine. So we have hotel store, room store. So we're gonna say hotel store, room store inside of these things. I think we basically hotel handler is this one. I think we have a problem here. Cannot use hotel store. Its problem is with this font. I cannot actually see what's going on, but I think we missed an interface thing. Get hotels. Let's do a make run. Let's do a make C to see what's going on. Or a make run maybe. Cannot use hotel store variable of db as dp in value to does not implement missing insert method. Oh, I see. See what's going on. Wait, it's not gonna work. Is not gonna work. So we're gonna say make a run. Okay, hotel handler declared not used. That's what we want. Because we made this hotel handler here, that's fine. Maybe we could do a var here to make these things clean. Because we're gonna have a lot of them. Boom. Do we have a user handler? Yeah, that's here. We have hotel handler here. Fiber is a new config. Maybe we can put that even in there like this, and even do this also in this var. So it's all being clearly indented for us, formatted for us, by the way. Then we're gonna have your hotel handlers here. We're gonna say hotel get center this thing, and that's going to be the hotel handler dot handle get hotels. Boom. Let's make a run this real quick. That seems to be fine. Let me open up to see if it works. Let me open up some shenanigans. What is our port? I think it's 5000. Is that true? I'm not quite sure. Let me see. 5,000. It's going to be API on V1. I'm going to show you instantly. It's going to be hotel. Like that. You see, it's basically working, right? So we have all these hotels here. The problem is that I don't have this JSON thingy. Maybe I could actually install it real quick very soon. Extensions. Search extensions. Can I do this JSON? I don't have that. That's problematic. So I'm going to say Chrome. Real quick. Chrome. Install JSON extension. Of course, we're going to use this VS Code thingy later on. But for the sake of, I really want this JSON formatter in my Chrome. So I'm going to quickly add it to Chrome. Add extension, yada, yada, yada. It's fine. It's added. Okay, good. So if I do this back, I'm going to show you very soon. Localhost 5,000. Look at this. How beautiful. So we're going to say API v1, and that's going to be hotel. Boom. Right. Now we have our hotels. We're going to see our rooms here. That's fine. So what we also could do here is we could give the user an option. For example, if we say hotel, and we could do something like and rooms is true or something, then we could basically replace these IDs with actually documents in our JSON. That's what we could do, right? I'm gonna, do I have him? Yes, I got him. I got him, boys. Muerto. That's what you get if you mess with the, bull, you get the horns. You know what I mean? All right. That's the thing. Are we going to keep this episodes at 30 so we can basically continue, or actually are we just going to say fuck it and we're going to do it right now? Maybe we're going to do it right now, or try at least, because I want to keep these episodes 40 minutes. It's easier for the hand. Yes. So basically, how are we going to do that, right? Because we also need to implement that filter, and let's start setting things up, and we continue on that later on. So we're going to say hotel. Because basically, if we have a list of hotels with the rooms embedded, I think the front end can do a lot of stuff. So we are going to go to the hotel handler, which is basically very simple. So we're going to get a query, and how we're going to do that is let me quickly see what we can have here. Params. Query parser. What is a query parser? Query parser binds a query string to a string. Ah, I see. That's cool. That's very cool. That's very cool, actually, this query parser. What we could do here is we're going to say, for example, we could do type hotel query params, which is a struct, and we could say, for example, rooms bool, and we could do something like query parser var qparams is going to be hotel query params. Yeah, and then we're going to say here, parse this into this query params. It's probably going to return an error, so we're going to say if r is query parser this thing, r is not null. Return the error then. All right. If you find an error, return it. Let's print this out. Let's print these guys out, because I have no clue. This for me is new. Like I said, new stuff going on each and every day. So make a run here real quick. Let me open up our hotel here. So we have rooms. If I press enter, cannot get. Okay. This works. Why is that a problem? It's false. This is actually a little bit of a weird stuff going on here. Like I said, it's new. It's experimentational for me also, right? Because in the route itself, it doesn't really matter, right? Because this is going to be API get hotel. So it should not matter what comes back in this query, I think. So that should be fine. Is it this query parser? Is that the thing? Could that be that this is basically giving us this error? I'm not quite sure. Let's do make run once again. Let's see what's going on. Oh wait, I think yeah. Oh, I'm just basically so bad, right? It's me. It's because me. I'm legit completely trash. So what's gonna happen? This needs to be this question mark, right? And hotel question mark rooms is true. That's what we need, right? That's what we need. So we're gonna press enter here. Yes. So yeah. So right now let's go back to this thingy here. Let's comment that back in. Let's stop this. Reset. Make a run once again. Refresh the page. Okay, so that's true. That's nice. So if we do false, yeah, you see here we're gonna have true false based on this query param. That's nice. So if we say rooms is true, if the front end, we're gonna give the option, right? If the front end does not give us rooms is true, then we're just gonna return it like that. But if we say rooms is true, then we are basically going to embed the document. So we need to fetch that, right? What we also could do is basically we could filter on location and everything and distance and stars. Actually, to be honest, what we're gonna do, guys, is this. Let's open up hotel types. We're gonna say stars or rating. What do you think? Maybe a rating. Rating is more generic, right? Stars is specific. Rating is generic. You could, in the front end, you could make it stars. You could make it fucking, I don't know, maybe it or little ticks or something. It doesn't really matter. So we're going to say rating. Rating. That's going to be an integer. And that's going to be, yeah, let's do this. Which is going to be a bsum. Help. Rating. And JSON also rating, right? Something like that. That's fine. In our seat, we're going to do this. We make an hotel here. Actually, to be honest, we're going to do this. Seat, hotel, name, location. What we're going to do is... name string, location string, rating, int. Right. This, and then we're going to say here on 5, right? This is going to get a 3. In the Netherlands, a cozy hotel. This is such a good thing. We're going to say 4. And the London thingy, that's dangerous. So that's going to be a rating of 1, right? Insert undefined hotel. It's insert hotel. Make seat. Boom. The seat is made. Make run. Boom. Refresh, and we have stars, right? So now we have ratings. So what we're going to do is basically, we're going to say, for example, rating is three or something. Actually, to be honest, we want to do like these greater than things, these queries, right? But for now, we're going to keep it simple, right? So rating is 3 because I want to wrap this video off and proceed to the next one, right? So rating is 3. We're going to press enter, but we don't have this rating in our query params of hotel. So we're going to say hotel handler here like this, and then we're going to have this query param. Where is this thing? Hotel query params. So we're going to say rating is an int, right? So what we could do is make run, right? Now we're going to see that if we press enter, it's going to say false and the rating is 3. So we're going to use that. We could actually use that later on, this rating, to basically use that as a query, as a filter to fetch the hotels, so the front end can filter them, can make some filters. So actually, to be honest, maybe we need another struct. Maybe we need a filter struct or something. These filters, that's something I'm going to teach you later on. But first things, I want to get things done. I want to basically do some bookings. I want to authenticate users and everything. So we have all these things set up. So the gross of our application is going to get completed, getting us a lot of dopamine. And then we are going to see for pagination, filters, and all that stuff. All these things you need to know if you're making these backends. So it's a very, very important aspect of that thing. So I see you in the next lesson. Bye-bye.